So this is kind of a video I've wanted to do for a while, and, I just kind of, why not? I wanted to rank Paper Mario characters based off of their power level, and, like, who is likely to win in a fight against, just a random opponent, really anyone. Um, so this is in a really weird order, but I believe it's up to date. Yeah, we got some Origami King characters in here, so this should be up to date. This is in a really weird order, but I guess we'll just start. Admiral Bombery. So Admiral Bombery is capable of exploding without, dying, which could put him, which puts him above the average Bob-omb. So I think Admiral Bombery should go in like a solid B tier. Uh, Big Boo. Now this isn't really an important character. He's kind of just a Boo but big, as his name would imply. So he's just gonna go in C tier. Alright, Barry. Now, okay, Barry's gonna be really weird. This kind of goes for all pixels, I guess. His only purpose is one thing, and his purpose is to create a barrier, right? Which would work well against some opponents. Like if an opponent gets tired easily, Barry could just, set up a barrier and kind of just stall someone out until they get tired. Maybe they'll forfeit. Who knows? So maybe Barry, I think Barry should just go in C tier because there's not a lot of people I think would just get tired that easily. Beldum. I think that's their name. Beldum is... Beldum's a lot like Vivian, I think. But, obviously weaker because they did lose to Vivian. So I think I kind of have to judge where I'm going to put Vivian and put them like a tier below. I guess Beldum goes in C tier. I can change that later. Alright, Blue Goomba. Yeah. Bobby the Bob-omb. Nope, he does not go in C tier. So Bobby is actually so powerful that he is capable of hurting the player. And as we know from certain certain dialogue boxes, throughout the entire series, really, we canonically exist in the Paper Mario universe. There's many lines, referring to humans existing, like people playing the game existing. And he is capable of hurting us because he gives us sadness. So he goes into S tier, obviously. Also, Bobby can turn into a ghost once he explodes, which has not been seen by many other people, which effectively gives Bobby a second life, if you think about it. Bombette probably goes in the same tier as Bobbery. They're pretty much, they're mostly the same. I think Bobbery probably would be a bit more powerful. This guy, I can't remember the name, Bone Chill, I think. This guy's basically the Satan of Paper Mario. Yeah, he's basically the devil. So I think he could go into S tier, but I think I'm just gonna put him into A tier. Boomer, much like the other, can explode without dying things, I think would go in the same tier. Boomer is also a pixel, which makes them an ancient thing, so I think maybe more powerful than Bombette. Bowser Jr. Oh, this is important. I forgot to mention this. This is one of the few rules. No outside help. So if there's some sort of accessory that the person uses, unless it's really important to their character, they aren't allowed to use it. So, stuff like Count Black won't be allowed to use the Chaos Hearts. Bowser Jr. can't use his clown car. Bowser can't use, the Star Rod, the black paint, that kind of stuff. Bowser Jr. is still quite strong with, without the clown car, though, because he can breathe fire and stuff. Bowser, Bowser A tier maybe. Now, Bowser, he's an interesting character because he's not always the villain, you know. Uh, but when he is the villain, he usually relies on some sort of outside help. You know, he's got the Star Rod in 64. He's got the the crown thing from Sticker Star. He's got the black paint and color splash. He usually has some sort of outside help, but in Super Paper Mario, TTYD, and Origami King, Bowser has proven to be, you know, pretty strong even without those things. Dottie can just turn really small. Probably D tier. Captain T Ode. So Captain T Ode, he's really just a normal toad. Um, Maybe I should make more tiers. Yeah, I'm gonna make a new tier. Maybe. Perhaps not. Okay. Add a row below. There we go. I didn't remember how this works. Gotta make it like maybe no. Captain Teod, he goes in new. Now we'll change that to E. There we go. Okay. Carrie. Carrie's pretty powerful. Actually, no. So, Carrie, obviously, like I said, no outside help. Carrie paired with Bowser is very powerful, but Carrie on their own, not gonna do much. A Jean-Pierre colored pencils de 12. So, colored pencils, he, so he gets offended easily. He's very sensitive, you know, about art, about, you know, classical things, and, you know, all that. So it would be easy to get on his nerves. Now, colored pencils is also countered easily. You know, when he does his big rainbow roll move, he wouldn't, you know, you could just grab it. But the thing about that is, at least, you know, there would obviously be some characters that could probably grab the rainbow roll without the thousand-fold arms. Like this guy from TTYD that I can't remember the name of. He could probably grab the rainbow roll and, you know, counter him with it. And if you do counter his rainbow roll, he becomes extremely weak. However, as I mentioned, without the help of Olivia, and I guess Ollie could technically do this too, because he kind of uses the thousand-fold arms at the end. Ollie and Olivia, not many people can use the thousand-fold arms, which means colored pencils probably goes into like maybe like B tier around that area. I feel like Bowser Jr. could beat colored pen. No, maybe not, because Bowser Jr. can't use Clown Card to do it. This guy from TTYD, he's kind of similar to Bone Chill, if I remember correctly, maybe. So I think maybe he'd go in the same tier. Count Black. Alright, it pains me to do this, but remember how I mentioned no outside help and that Count Black couldn't use the Chaos Heart? That, at least from what I can tell, a lot of his abilities rely on the Chaos Heart. And that's not good for him. So he probably goes into C tier. He's kind of just a normal dude. Ice King. Yeah, probably like B tier. Cudge. He can use a hammer. He can hammer, you know? Dry Bones. Why is Dry Bones his own thing here? E tier, maybe? Or is that one Dry Bones in TTYD that got killed by that guy? Who is also from TTYD. Can you even see who I'm pointing at? Yeah, you can. I don't know. Dash L can go very fast, but that's not going to help you against people who can also go fast. Dementio, unlike Count Black, Dementio does use the Chaos Heart, but he's still very powerful without it. And because it is part of his, normal skill set, it's something he can do without outside help. Technically, I think Dementio should be allowed to create his dimension thing that makes him more powerful. So I think that puts Dementio like in between these two, maybe. Could we please get some more S tiers? Dupless. Okay. Dupless, he could. Okay, here's the thing about Dupless. It depends how many rounds, really, Because if it was 2 rounds, Dupless could be able to, like, copy the other person, right? And then, maybe if it's somebody who's good against themselves, who can't fight themselves, maybe that would be good. But I think it would just be 1 round. Now, Dupless still does have a couple abilities without being able to copy people, but I don't really know. I think bottom of D tier would be good. Star Guy. Is this the only Star Guy? No, they're all on here. So the Star Spirits, like, by the time Paper Mario 64 starts, you know how they're at the. Oh wait, no, that's just because they were imprisoned. I was about to mention, they try to revive Mario, but like they can barely do that. I think that's just because they were like imprisoned, right? I guess the stars could go in A tier because they are kind of like gods, I guess. Maybe. This guy, I don't remember him, so A tier. Fleep, what's Fleep gonna do? This guy. Okay, Super Paper Mario. He's an explorer, so he's probably done like a couple things. He could definitely beat a Dry Bones with his experience. Maybe he could even beat a Boo, actually. But he couldn't beat Count Black or Beldum. Also, I think I put Beldum too low. Let's put Beldum in B tier. He could probably beat. I don't know, maybe bottom of C. Madame Flurry. What's Flurry do? She blows air. This guy, he's kind of like another god type character, I guess. Not real. Well, is his second form here? Because I think if his second form is on here, that would go into 8. Okay, his second form isn't on here, the one at the end of Pit of 100 Trials. So I think I'm just going to count them both here and put him in A tier. Francis. Francis goes on message boards and complains about games he's never played, which makes him toxic. So he goes into D tier. Actually, no. He goes into. No. He goes to bottom of C. Because. Wait. Oh. If he were to fight Colored Pencils, though, he could easily offend Colored Pencils, right? So maybe he could technically beat, Colored Pencils, because he could say something to make him go all crazy on him. Sergeant Guy. So Sergeant Guy is one of the hardest bosses in Paper Mario 64. Because he throws a lot at you. So I think he should go to, like, middle of B, not S. Middle of B sounds kind of right, maybe. This guy. This guy I hate. I hate this guy. No. I hate that guy. Hate. This guy. He makes you backtrack and he's really annoying. The second dragon from TTYD. Probably like top of B. Well, I mean, like. It could probably be Colored Pencils. Goombario. You know what? No. No, writing another row. We're adding another row for Goombario. I hate Goombario. He's the worst character in the whole series. There we go. King Goomba, like, he sucks. Hate. No, not hate. He sucks. He goes to D tier. Goombella, Goombella's a Goomba, but slightly better. C tier. Gooper, well, which Gooper Blooper is this? Is Paper Macho Goomba, or not Paper Macho Goomba, Paper Macho Gooper Blooper on here? I don't think so. So I guess this goes for all Gooper Bloopers. Gooper Blooper attacked a ship and couldn't even sink it. He did, however, cause Bobby to lose. I don't care that Quick Trip is hiring. He did, however, cause Bobby to lose his memory. Which is a thing that happened. This guy, he's sort of like the god equivalent, I think. But he's also kind of old, so he probably couldn't fight well. Hole Punch. Alright, finally we get to a Legion of Stationary member. Hole Punch actually... Oh, I guess we had colored pencils. Okay, Hole Punch does actually have a 100 hit KO move. Not a lot of people actually know this because it's very easy counter, but the only people that could really counter it would be, where is he? Alright, I guess he's not on this list. The Earth Elemental. The Earth Elemental is the only way, because if you don't know, Hole Punch's 100 hit KO move, he punches you twice, which lowers your health a lot, and then he shoots you with a gun. He doesn't shoot you with a gun, but he shoots you a lot, and it does a lot of damage, and you pretty much die. So I guess technically that does make him stronger than a good amount of people. Obviously he couldn't beat Colored Pencils, because Colored Pencils you can't punch a hole through. Actually, he probably couldn't beat Boomer either. He couldn't beat Cudge. I mean, like, he has a good chance of beating people, though. It doesn't necessarily have to mean, like, if they're stronger than one person, that means they could beat them. Like, if they're above them, they don't necessarily have to beat them. Dragon Guy. Slightly weaker than the other one. Is the skeleton version of... No. Huey. Huey's a paint bucket. What's he gonna do? Cloud Guy? He can crash your game, I guess, if you fight him incorrectly. That's a pretty neat thing that he does. But he's also very difficult. Iggy? I don't even know. What the heck? Iggy is in Paper Mario? Oh wait, he's in Color Splash, that's right. Are all of the Koopalings on here? I don't want to have to rank all of the Koopalings. Iggy, like, I don't even remember what Iggy does in Color Splash. So, Iggy goes in C tier. Because I said so. Junior Troopa, he's a baby. What's he gonna do? This tier should just be named What They Gonna Do. Because that's pretty much what most of these people in this tier are. Like, what are these guys gonna do against these guys? Alright, Kamek, and I guess Kamikoopa as well, because they're very similar. I think, like, solid top of B. And Cammy, I think Cammy is, like, slightly weaker than Kamek. Kirsty, yeah, Who cares? Flower guy. Uh, flower guy. Um, he did. He fought that guy and won. I think was it him? I don't know. I forgot. King Ollie. All right, Ollie, the origami king himself. Now, Ollie's a very strange character. All right, as you know, if you've played Origami King, which you should if you haven't, it's literally 30% off right now on the eShop. Just get it. Uh, Nintendo should hire me for promoting Origami King. So, you collect Bibliofolds every time you beat a Villamental, which allows Olivia to transform into the Villamentals. And Ollie Ollie also read the Bibliofolds, but we don't know how he got access to the Bibliofolds. He could have just had them the whole time. Maybe the Origami Craftsman gave them to him, because we do know the Origami Craftsman taught him quite a lot, while he was doing the foldy stuff. He taught him the life fold so that he could make Olivia here. So it could be possible that the Origami Craftsman taught Ollie how to use the Villamentals, which means Ollie could technically beat the Villamentals if they were on this list. Maybe they are. Am I just blind? I feel like I wouldn't miss 4 people. Because if you have one, you have them all. If you've seen one, you've seen them all. But Ollie could beat all of the Legion of Stationary as well. Now the thing is, that kind of comes by default though. I mean, not like it matters. I think Ollie still should go in A tier. But the Legion of Stationary, one, they're probably mind controlled by Ollie, because we know they are just office supplies by the little post credits image. They are just office supplies used by the Origami Craftsman. And 2, even if they aren't mind controlled, they have been shown to be very loyal to Ollie. So it's like if this were in like a tournament setting, which is kind of what I'm imagining. If this were in like a tournament setting where you start off with a random opponent, you just kind of go, it's likely the Legion of Stationary would sacrifice themselves to let Ollie continue. King Sammer. No, you never. No, I don't hate you. King Sammer. You never actually fight. King Sammer. So it's unknown what he does, but he doesn't really do much of anything. Stars. Okay, you know what? All of the stars are gonna go in the same tier. Obviously they do have different abilities, but in terms of like lore-wise, they're all basically these god things, so they're pretty much gonna be the same. All right, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, haha, funny original joke. They are extremely easy to beat, so they probably go in a C tier. Coops. Is this Coops or Cooper? I think this is Cooper. Cooper. He's actually one of the best party members in 64 to use, I think. So I don't know. Put him in B tier, whatever. Coops. Coops mix poops. He's basically the same as Cooper. You know what, sure. He's better than Boomer, I guess. Bo, another one of the really good party members to use. Maybe like top of A. Well, lackluster, kind of a lackluster party member, if I do say so. Yeah, Larry. Sorry, I know Larry's like the most popular Koopaling, and I just kind of ruined that. He goes in the same tier as Iggy. Piranha Plant. I do hate this boss because I spent like 3 hours trying to beat it when I first played Paper Mario 64. So you know what? He goes in 8. This is slowly becoming a personal tier list. I'll try to refrain from. Well, no, I put TTYD characters in good tiers, so that's how you know it's. I do want to give TTYD a second chance soon, but like, uh, General something, purple guy. He's purple, just like these guys. This person, that person, that person, that person, that's not purple. That person, that person. Basically, purple people are evil, and very powerful. But he is not. He is a weakling that relies on robot. Ludwig, who cares? Stupid Koopalings. They all go in the same tier, except Morton. Morton, you go in. Morton goes in A tier because he's Morton. Luigi. Okay, Luigi. Luigi is another very powerful character. He's Luigi. Now in terms of actual, strengths, Luigi technically could beat a lot of these people because remember how I mentioned that this guy was basically Satan? Well, guess who easily the best character to use against him is? Luigi. Luigi has canonically killed Satan. Anyways, Love Bee. Um, what are they gonna do? I mean, they're a good character, but what are they gonna do? Who is that guy? No, Tubba Blubba's the other one. Who are you? Oh, that's the Glitzville guy. Yeah, whatever. He doesn't see it here. Fat Vivian. Um, C tier. Okay. The man himself. The man Super Mario. Super Paper Mario. Himself. The main character. Yeah, he's not gonna do much. Mario has been shown to rely on lots of things. Thousandfold Arms and Origami King, Crystal Stars and TTYD, Huey and Color Splash, Kirsty and Sticker Star, the Stars in 64. Yeah, Mario, he still has been shown to be able to, do some cool stuff, even without this, however. So he probably goes in like A tier. It's just King Goomba again. Merly and Merlin too, I guess. And you too, who I can't remember the name of. The Ancients. They're ancients, so they're gonna be powerful. They're not going in B tier. I'm gonna put them up to A tier. Dementio is technically also an ancient. So I think they would be around the same area as Dementio. Mimi. Mimi can go and become a spider. And that's pretty neat. Just like with Bobby, it will affect the person playing this tournament. Therefore, nightmares. Yoshi, what they gonna do? This guy, what's he gonna do? Okay, Mr. L now. Mr. L is a very weird character because I don't really know how to explain it, but for whatever reason, and I don't know why are my eyes watering up? I'm gonna look like I'm crying. I'm not. Mr. L seems to be almost, not even almost, Mr. L, for whatever reason, is around the same power level as Luigi. And I don't know how he manages to do this. Miss Mouse, they're a mouse? Mario, no. Miss Mouse is a mouse. She probably goes in C tier, maybe? I don't know. Natasha, Nastasia, whatever her name is, it seems like it changes. It's like a Mandela effect. I used to remember it as Natasha, now it's apparently Nastasia. I don't know. She can do mind control stuff. Maybe like B tier. I don't know. Old Chunks, he's very stupid, but he's very strong. Uh, Probably like, I think Old Chunks could go like top of B tier. You know what? Maybe even A tier. My bias is starting to show. Uh, I wonder why so many Super Paper Mario and Origami King characters are so high on the list. Uh, Olivia. Now unlike Ollie, we actually know when Olivia had the Bibliofolds. So that makes her significantly weaker than Ollie if, no outside help. So therefore, like bottom B. Because she still has a couple things she can do. Paracarry. Um, Another one of like the really good partners in Paper Mario 64. He's able to fly. He's not going in A tier. He's able to fly. Uh, and he's basically Coop. He's basically Cooper, but he can fly, so he's better. Uh, what's he gonna do? PD Piranha. I'm guessing this goes for every PD, indeed. PD Piranha. Now, I guess really it does kind of depend which PD you're looking at, because I would say, well, I guess in the image. Wait, no, outside help. That's why I put this guy in what they gonna do, by the way, because he wouldn't be able to, you have the crown. PD is still quite powerful even if he wasn't using the crown. I'd say like middle B. Um, Piccolo plays music. What gonna do? Princess Peach. Princess Peach is another one of the 4 heroes of Soup. So that makes her, at least a little bit powerful. Maybe like B tier because she's definitely the weakest. Frankly, Frankly is a good. Frankly goes in A tier. Why not? Frankly could. Well, okay, actually, Frankly he talks a lot, which puts people to sleep. So technically, he could put someone to sleep and win that way. Professor Toad. So Professor Toad definitely would not win against Ollie because Ollie has a severe hatred for toads. Which means if Ollie saw Professor Toad, he would go. So that definitely disqualifies Professor Toad from going in A tier. Also Professor Toad is also just a toad with a shovel. So that was pointless. Jades. Jades is Hades. Ruler of the underworld and all that. Pretty powerful creature. Rockhawk, he's a wrestler man. He wrestlers. Red Drybones. My favorite Mario character. I'm guessing Red Drybones is stronger than Gray Drybones. Red Goomba. Alright, so the Toad Squadron. This goes for all of them. We're just going to use purple because purple's the best one. So purple, again, just like Captain Toad, or not Captain Toad, Professor Toad would not stand a chance against Ollie. Because if you've seen one Toad, you've seen them all, you die. Roy is not our boy. Roy is the strongest Koopaline in Color Splash, I believe. So maybe we'll put him a little bit above. Just cuz. Rubber Band. Rubber Band. Probably just goes with the rest of the Legion of Stationary. Actually, okay. Rubber Band actually does have a couple notable things. So, Rubber Band has, the rubber things that act as arrows. That stops people in their tracks. Well, it moves them, but then it will stop them if they, do it again. Um, Also, if Rubber Band were to lose all of her rubber bands, which could really only be activated with the 1,000-fold arms, so only really Ollie I think is the only person that's able to use the 1,000-fold arms without outside help. But obviously there are other characters that could probably find a way. But if Rubber Band were to lose all her rubber bands, she does have the big rubber band that has the solo snapback that could act as a final strike, like in the actual game. Okay, Scissors. Finally, another S tier character. I thought Bobby was about to be the only one. You know what? We'll put Luigi in S tier as well. Same with Mr. L, because, like I mentioned, for whatever reason, Mr. L just seems to be the same as Luigi randomly. So Scissors. Really, it could depend on who Scissors is fighting. If Scissors were to fight another Legion of Stationary member, that wouldn't be good. But he can go, which technically could kill anyone instantly, which makes him pretty powerful. Now, one huge con, well, just like the other Legion of Stationary members, he would not win against Ollie because, again, they're very loyal towards Ollie, which means, he would probably just sacrifice himself. But he's also an honorable duelist, which could come to a downfall because if he's fighting somebody super strong and he's not able to get the final cut off, then, someone maybe like Dementio maybe could get off a super kill on him and win the battle. But against most people, probably, well, I mean, maybe not Dementio, because Dementio has kind of like that, haha, I like the challenge kind of personality, Who did I just grab? I don't know. I think I grabbed the Shadow Queen. Dementio would probably break the cover. Shadow Queen, very powerful person. Again, probably 8 here. Grotus, isn't Grotus, really weak? I think so. Slim, what's he gonna do? Squirp, what's he gonna, Squirp goes in E tier, actually. Above Grotus. Squirp could beat Grotus. Stapler, Stapler go woof woof dog. Stapler probably has the least likely chance of beating Ollie. I like how this is what it's come to for Legion of Stationary members. Because Stapler is probably the most loyal towards Ollie. Stapler is, I don't know if I want to say the weakest of Legion of Stationary. Actually, now I think about it, might be the second strongest. Because, the golden, well, I guess that could be outside help. Like the different staple types. Obviously, we have to allow Stapler to use basic staples, because, what's the point then, What's the point if Stapler can't use staples? But, stuff like that. Sushi is a fish. And also, the worst partner in, well, aside from Goombario, obviously. Tape, so Tape's a mafia boss who doesn't like to fight fair, which means he gets disqualified because he cheats. But he still has a better chance than these guys because I said so. And a better chance than Grotus because I said so. Haha. Throw. Throw actually is probably one of the few pixels that actually would, stand a chance in a fight. Because Throw can even throw people like old Chunks. Throw is actually O-Chunks' weakness as well, so if Throw were to go against O-Chunks, Throw would win. Thudley, another pixel that would actually have a chance in a fight. Obviously, Thudley is better paired with somebody like Bowser, but because it isn't a two-person battle, it wouldn't work. But Thudley, okay, I'm actually gonna put Cudge up a little bit, because Cudge would definitely, win a couple battles. But Thudley probably would have a good chance. Tippy, as well as Tippytron, because they're basically the same. Tippy, Tippy, now that I think about it, can't do much on their own. Same with Tippytron. As much as I love Tippy as a character, can't really do much on their own. No explanation needed. Just kidding. I don't know why I did that. Power Tower Pokey. Yeah, B tier, whatever. Tubba Blubba. He has to eat Boo to get power. So if he was fighting a Boo, he would probably do good. But yeah, whoever this guy is, I don't know. Oh yeah, he's that one guy. Actually, now that I think about it, doesn't he have a chain chomp that fights for him? He probably wouldn't do much. Vivian. Vivian, I mentioned this earlier. Vivian would probably be a little bit above Beldum. Watt. Watt is actually very powerful because he's able to penetrate the defenses of enemies, which makes him very strong against people who might have defenses. Wendy, X-Not, what are they gonna do? And there we go. There's the objective Paper Mario characters tier list based off of power level and who would win in a fight. So there we go. If you disagree with me, you are wrong. I am right. If you disagree, you are nitpicking bias. I win. Bye bye.